The images are almost unbearably distressing. Collapsed buildings, which are the main reason for the catastrophic loss of life resulting from this earthquake. So why was this one so bad? Well, the main thing, of course, was just how severe the earthquake was. This is a shake map for the first 7.8 magnitude quake. The red triangles are part of a sensor network that measure ground movement. In some locations, the speed the ground moved was extreme. Here in Hajilar, ground acceleration from the quake was approaching 8 meters per second. In Kurikan, it was well above 7 meters a second. Now, these measurements are preliminary, but Sky News understands that in some areas they exceeded levels expected in Turkey's earthquake design codes. Buildings are designed to cope with a 1 in 475-year earthquake event and not collapse in a 1 in 2,500-year event. Yet the shaking appears to have exceeded the upper limit of what would have been expected every 2,500 years.
Even a very well designed and well executed building would have suffered, would have been challenged. But again, this doesn't rule out that the building stock that we are seeing basically collapsing was free of defects and problems.
Previous earthquakes in Turkey have highlighted those problems, both the age but also quality of newer building construction. The city of Gaziantep experienced considerably less intense shaking, yet buildings still failed, sometimes catastrophically, and these risks were known. Last year, a team of Turkish seismologists studied the city of Gaziantep. Using earthquake risk data, they identified which neighbourhoods were most vulnerable to a big quake. Those in the darkest colours in this map were where they forecast 50 to 60% of the buildings to suffer damage, generally the areas with the oldest or poorest quality buildings. But crucially, the hypothetical earthquake they based their study on was 10 times less powerful than the one that struck on Monday. So age and quality of buildings was a major factor, but so too perhaps was the estimation of risks. And don't forget, this wasn't just one earthquake. A huge magnitude 7.5 aftershock toppled buildings that survived the initial quake and damaged others beyond repair. Even these structures that remain standing may now be uninhabitable, a colossal challenge for authorities already dealing with at least tens of thousands of people made homeless by this disaster.